Sup. My name is Ryu for the Yugioh and I am joined by the magical, the legendary...
I'm Corey Taylor.
Okay, he's Corey Taylor this week. Welcome back, Mikey, to the Yugioh. We were legit having coffee outside of a Starbucks. This was the quietest place we could actually get this recorded.
It's in a very remote location.
So you want to let everyone know that today's topic?
Well, you know what? I gave you the topic, so why don't you... I give you the honor. Well, the topic I had in mind was competitive play versus casual play. I think you talked about this a long time ago.
But quality was shit.
Yeah, but it was also...
That's my catchphrase. Quality was shit.
It was...
So I think you should take the casual side of things, I'll take the competitive side, or we just mix and match?
I mean, we could do whatever, because I also want
Put 10 minutes on the clock! Let's do this.
Okay, I also wanted to talk about the levels of play, too.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Alright, so YCS level. It's something I used to do.
You're jumping hold on.
It was called Show and Jump.
Yeah.
And that was back when I think it was Big City was a thing, which is technically what heroes are now, but they use skyscraper.
The old school.
The
old school Hero City.
Old school shit like here. What was it? Skyscraper 2?
Skyscraper 2.
That deck was so stupid.
I remember that.
3 Stratos.
Back in the old
3
days.
Ocean.
Don't forget Future Fusion was a thing.
Yes, I hated that format.
And then
I still played it.
And then they introduced Cybers with Future Fusion. That was stupid.
So you played a lot of casual play.
I've played more casual than I played competitive.
I mean, nowadays I play a little more casual than I do competitive.
I mean, I know you used to do competitive.
Oh, God. I played during Teledad, and that was the most expensive damn trading card thing.
Most of us...
No, Magic the Gathering was still more expensive.
Yeah, but
I stopped playing Magic at the time, and I was like, yo, when did Yu-Gi-Oh! Become this expensive when you're paying, I played Dad Return, Teledad, and GB, and I was like, oh, God.
We all played Teledad at that point.
Perfect Circle. Yeah,
Perfect Circles, too. Yeah.
So, what keeps you in casual over competitive? That's my question.
What keeps me in casual? It's just...
Over competitive.
It's just what keeps me in casual is the fact that I don't like competitive play respectively.
What don't you like about it? I gotta break that down. I just want to know.
First of all, the thought process that your opponent takes into consideration. For example, if there's a play on board, and your opponent let's say you have
an out to it,
but you have to think about it in the most intricacies of things because your opponent could have
multiple things to stop you get punished.
Yeah, and
so you don't like the stress feel of it.
It's not the stress feel. It's the deep level of thought you need to put into the game because, for example, remember Pepe Pendulum?
Oh yeah.
If you didn't do the right play with Draco Pepe.
Yeah, you were screwed.
Yeah, you were screwed because.
You were screwed.
And that's not just in competitive play. That needed thought. It was also casuals.
I'll make the argument about it. I like the challenge, but I hate I'm gonna be on your side for this part.
The play style?
No, not the play style. I hate the idea that unless it's like tier 1, it's not relevant. Because there'll be issues in the game that are not relevant to that tier 1 quota. Right. But at the same time, they should still be addressed because later down the line, they could be a big problematic issue.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm always trying to stay on that casual side, but trying to, say, hey, this is how you should approach the competitive side. There's nothing wrong with it.
The thing is, competitive play is good once in a while. When you have, someone you know that is much no offense, much better than you, that they can outplay you because they know what you're thinking.
Yeah, that's good. Your life.
That's good because you can learn from that and you can learn more different plays as you go along, and
Yeah, the thing that kept me personally out of competitive play, besides all the traveling I still currently do, was the lack of prize support. You know about this. Oh, hey, you win a YCS. Guess what you're getting?
You got a fucking
Xbox. A car.
A card.
Oh, okay. I was like, my whole thing is you win at Pokemon. They're like, here's $100,000.
I think it's only now that YCS and other higher level leagues are doing minimal prize amounts, maybe 10 grand stuff.
They're still not doing money.
Still?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's still not doing money. Every other card game does money.
Well, the prize card, but the prize cards in itself are equivalent to something.
Okay, yeah, $1,300, and I'm not trying to be rude about this. Maybe $900 if we're talking Minerva, low end.
Yeah.
And the problem is, okay, there's going to be 4 or 5, maybe 8 top people that get that card. that are going to get that most benefit. That doesn't cover your flight or your hotel.
That's true.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, if you're
the price of YCS,
locally, but still.
The price of YCS is what you're saying is doesn't amount to what you're actually paying for.
Like, I could play it for free, competitively, with no problem.
And if you, and the other alternative,
but the problem is when you have these other card games that are out here doing what Yu-Gi-Oh does a little bit differently, but with money. I'm like, hey, you win, shake your hand, take your trophy with a fucking Pikachu. Did you see the Worlds one?
I did.
And that's a contest.
I did.
Like, I look at the Worlds Yu-Gi-Oh thing, it's like glass. I look at the Pokemon one and like, they're representing their shit. They're representing Pikachu. Why isn't it that Yu-Gi-Oh on the 20th year went all out on that damn trophy? It should have been a Blue Eyes or a Dark Magician or a Red Eyes.
I hate to bring this up, but even Vanguard regional qualifiers, I've been there a few times, like twice.
Yeah.
Even and it's right here in New York, by the way. If you win, you get an automatic free trip to the World Championships.
Yeah, which is great, but
you get a free trip, all expenses paid. First place, second place, and third place.
That's the thing, and Konami will say, "Oh, it's expensive." Yeah. Of course it's expensive. We respect that, but we're not sitting here saying, "Hey, we don't want to buy your product, or we want to protest against you." We want to work with you and make a better product. That's always been our stand on it.
Another thing is the fact that you don't really have to go to a regionals to play competitively, because some tournaments, your locals can offer things that are much more than a YCS. For example, last year in New York and Flushing, they did a tournament for a New York Comic Con 4-day pass.
Yeah.
I entered it, and I tried to play on a competitive level. Sadly, I lost. But, I second round, sadly. But,
hey, that happens.
But that's it. You can play on that level of competitive play without going to YCS. You just got to find the right places.
Not to cut you off.
The
two things that I guess if we're talking competitive-wise that I hate when it comes to casual play is that the casual player will go, "Oh my god, that card is not worth it. I would never buy it for that piece of cardboard."
So you're talking about
I don't mean to hate on people, but it's not your money at the end of the day. If people want to spend it, props to them.
It's not just that. It's what you're talking about is the views of casual versus competitive.
Yeah, it's like we should just all come together, and I know it's going to sound so hippie-like.
No, it's fine.
Just chill the hell out. We're all Yu-Gi-Oh players end of the day.
Right.
Pro shouldn't hate casual because casual helps develop ideas for tech cards, and that is an actual thing.
Hi.
And yeah, and the pros, basically say, hey, these are the decks that work at the highest level.
Right.
This is how you better yourself. You don't better yourself.
Look, for example.
Hold on, I got to get into this.
I'll let you get into it. I'm
on my track.
You're on your track.
The thing is, like I said this on, tonight's video, because it's Friday when we record this.
Sneak peek.
Oh my god. I said this on the Friday video.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the mindset. The mindset is, if you're playing competitive, you're an elitist, you play cancer decks, and it's like that whole mindset needs to go out the window. Just because someone wants to play the best deck, maybe they like it. Maybe they like the play style.
Right.
Maybe they got it from a friend. Who knows? Who cares? It's their choice.
Another thing, I actually want to point out something, how you say casual players help build competitive players. Mm-hmm. Look at OCG. Everything that comes out of OCG is what we're going to adapt to, but it's not just that.
Not completely.
I understand
because
that.
OCG will just go right to a deck, and if they really like it, like Blackwings, they'll make that shit top for 3 fucking years.
But look how good, you see random people come up with the most insane stuff, and it gets picked up.
Which is a beautiful part.
It is. It's literally an art.
It's kind of crazy when you think about it. That I know a few of my friends who will actually hate on people who are casual, and others who are casual will hate on competitive. Who really cares at the end of the day?
I mean, I have people who ask me, why do I have this card? Why do I have this card? Did you read the card? I just want to play the game. No, it's not that. I want to play the game how I feel I should play.
And that's the thing I hate about the competitive side of things. It's because no disrespect to anyone when I say these words. When something works correctly, you get a cookie cutter mold, which you can't really go outside the mold because it's going to fuck up the deck. But when you are playing a more casual-based deck, that freedom is just completely there. Like something like Galaxies can still be built upon. Something like GBs can be overhauled.
Well, actually, GBs are getting more support if you watch the anime.
I don't watch the anime, but
it's pretty broken. Anyway,
I was talking to a few people about that.
Like, for example, I actually have 2 perfect examples for you. Do you remember that time I had Gladius in my Blackwing deck, and I still do, by the way.
Yeah, and I hate it on you.
Both you and Jonathan.
I hate it. Well, Jonathan gets elitist.
No, I understand that, but wow, he's in it. Both you and Jonathan did dislike the card.
I'll be honest though, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
It's with all due respect.
Yeah.
I change my views on most things, even when it comes
I
to deck playing. And that is human evolution, because I was flawed at the time.
I
was way more.
I'm not trying to say that.
I know, but I'm just saying, like for the record.
Like casual to semi or partially competitive, you disliked Gladius until you actually tried it.
Well, I used to bash on you too, so
yeah,
that as well.
And well, not just that, but Gofu too. I'm still trying to make Gofu work.
Yeah, I was talking
we were talking for the longest time about Gofu.
Let's be honest, Blackwings are a casual deck.
They are a casual deck.
And when you came to me and you're like, "Hey, I want to try out Gofu," I'm like, "All right, show me where the hell this goes." Because I tried it with Synchrons and I got some pretty good results.
You saw how it went.
I didn't stick with it, but I got pretty good results.
But you saw how it went in the subscriber showcase.
Of course. Which was hilarious.
The thing with
we didn't get to fully see it. I want you to come back for that.
Yeah, so. I'll come back because the thing with Gofu, I don't mean to go off topic, but the thing about it is, you don't disapprove of the cards I use. You just voice your opinion, and I just want to prove something wrong.
For people who are listening and watching this video right now, this is the magic man behind Tech Tuesday cards for the past couple of weeks. I go to him and I'm like, "Hey, you got any ideas?" And he spits out like 4 or 5 of them. Like, I swear to God, this man's like an ice cream store. He just comes out with them and he's like, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I still remember the time.
So yeah, of course.
I still remember the time I sent you like 3 Tech Tuesday cards for one time.
And I legit filmed all 3 right then and there. All right. This is going to end off the video. Where do you stand on casual versus competitive play? Do you have a preference, or are you open to both? Because we got to get out of this a lot.
I am open to both because of a couple things. And first, I just want to touch upon this. Blackwings, when we said Blackwings were casual, they have the potential to become. They have the potential to become competitive.
I don't know if it's they lack the speed or they lack they lack something.
They lack something.
That
I won't deny
the big 4 coming up are gonna.
And it's not just that; it's the fact that most competitive players like foreign stuff. That's another issue that we can talk about sometime later in the future. But where I stand, I'm open to both because
the seatbelt going in.
Yeah, I'm really open to both because casual builds competitive and competitive helps build casuals. And if you like either one or if you like one or the other, it's fine because we're all part of the same community.
Exactly. I think the spectrum of both can reflect on each other.
Exactly.
In short, basically, the pros of one can go over to the other. Now, finally, I'd like to end this video off with an update. I just want to quickly say thank you to Mr. Mike.
My debut. This was my debut for Coffee Time, actually.
Oh shit, it was. I had Simon on the show before, which is pretty stupid. You should have been the first.
And just one note for every single player who's watching this video, who's listening, playing Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever you're doing, it's not a competition of casual versus competitive.
Yep.
It never will be, and it never is. If you think that way, then I'm sorry, but you're just wrong.
So, anyways, you want to end off the video here?
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to check out all our other channels. Make sure to check out our eBay store. We still have many more stuff there and many more stuff to come.
This man runs the eBay store like a fucking lightning bolt. So thank you to him, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Enjoy your